Hi everybody! I built VeloBank with Jetpack Compose and Claude Sonnet 5 inside Cursor. Let's inspect its component and StateFlow. VeloBank opens with a focused intro, then moves into a dark finance dashboard. The quick demo shows the balance card, 3 actions, the send again row, and the weekly spending summary. I won't explain every icon here. The useful part is the implementation. So let's open Android Studio, view the project tree, and follow the code behind the dashboard. VeloBank is a UI-focused Compose prototype with 2 finished screens and local MockData. It does not use a live backend. This was an AI-assisted workflow in Cursor using Claude Sonnet 5. The project uses a small, readable structure. Inside the data package, the models describe the information shown on the dashboard, and MockData provides the current sample values. There is no repository or remote data source in this version. The navigation package controls the flow from the intro screen into the main app. The Home package contains HomeViewModel, HomeRoute, and HomeScreen. That separation matters because the route collects state, while the screen focuses on rendering UI and forwarding events. Reusable elements live inside the Components package. This includes the balance card, quick actions, the send again section, the spending analytics card, and the bottom navigation bar. The intro package contains the onboarding screen and its small UI state. The theme package keeps the dark color system and the final sans serif typography decision in one place. This is lightweight MVVM. It has view models, StateFlow, and UI state, but it does not pretend to have a full domain layer or backend architecture. For a UI-focused project that keeps the code easier to follow without adding layers that are not used. Now let's look at the first teaching segment, the weekly spending chart. The chart receives a list of daily spending values. It does not hard-code a separate height for Monday, Tuesday, or any other day. Instead, the component first finds the largest amount in the list. That value becomes the reference point for the whole chart. For each day, the code divides the current amount by the maximum amount. The result is a normalized value between 0 and 1. That normalized value is then passed into fill max height, so each bar uses a proportional height. A small lower limit keeps very small values visible, instead of collapsing into an almost invisible line. The selected day uses a different style. In this design, the highlighted Thursday bar receives the pink accent and the glow effect. The rest use a quieter gray surface. The data model decides which day is highlighted, so the visual state is not locked to a specific position in the row. This is useful for 2 reasons. First, the chart responds when the mock values change. You can edit one amount and immediately see the relative bar heights update. Second, the component stays reusable because it only needs data. It does not know where the numbers came from. The important lines are the maximum calculation, the normalized height, the highlighted state, and the connection to fill max height. That is enough to understand the technique without reading every spacing value or the entire animation. The main takeaway is that a small Compose chart can be data-driven without using hard-coded dimensions. The layout becomes a direct visual representation of the UI state. The second teaching segment follows one value from the data source to the screen. The current flow starts in MockData. It builds a dashboard UI state containing the user information, card data, quick actions, contacts, weekly spending values, and the selected navigation item. HomeViewModel receives that dashboard state and places it inside a mutable StateFlow. The public side is exposed as StateFlow, so the UI can observe it without changing it directly. When the selected navigation item changes, the view model creates an updated copy of the UI state instead of mutating fields inside the composable. Next, HomeRoute calls collect as state with lifecycle. This is the bridge between the StateFlow and Compose. The route receives the latest UI state and passes it into HomeScreen. HomeScreen then distributes the relevant pieces to smaller components, such as the credit card, quick actions, contact row, and spending analytics section. Follow the balance value as an example. The number begins inside the card model in MockData. Dashboard UI state carries that model. Home Viewer exposes the state. HomeRoute collects it. HomeScreen passes the card into Credit Card Hero, and the component renders the formatted balance. The screen does not reach back into MockData. The reusable card does not create its own view model. Each layer has a narrow responsibility. This is not a full, clean architecture example. There is no repository, use case, room database, Firebase integration, or REST client. That is intentional for the current scope. But the direction of data is still clear, and that makes a later backend connection easier. A repository could replace MockData while the public screen contract remains almost the same. The viewer takeaway is straightforward. Even a small prototype benefits from one clear UI state and a predictable path from data to UI. Before the final preview, there are 3 developer cleanups worth noting. First, the project previously contained a product details route. That route came from the wrong project context and had no place in VeloBank. It has now been removed, so the navigation structure stays focused on the finance experience. Second, the tool rules still included Shopee's and commerce-specific instructions. Those rules were also cleaned. The final rules now match the actual VeloBank scope instead of asking the AI to create categories, carts, or product details. Third, the design document originally referenced a different typeface. The final decision is sans serif, and the design MD was updated to match the implementation. This may look like a small detail, but conflicting documentation can create inconsistent results in later AI sessions. None of these changes should be presented as proof that AI caused every problem. They are developer review steps. The point is to keep the code, tool context, and design document aligned with the project that is actually being built. Here is the final result: a focused intro screen, a finance dashboard, reusable Compose components, and a simple view model-driven mock data flow. The member package for this project is being prepared. Level 1 will include the Android Studio source code, selected AI prompts, design MD, assets, and a README. Level 2 will include the design files, advanced tool rules, and build steps when those resources are available. The complete prompts, full source files, and private design workflow are not shown in this free video. Members will be able to use the package as a reference, while the public tutorial still gives you the component logic and architecture decisions needed to learn from the project. Subscribe for more Jetpack Compose projects and practical AI-assisted Android workflows. One question before you go. Would you keep this dashboard on local MockData or connect Room, Firebase, or a REST API first?